Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you a recipe for Lakri Mithai, but an easier version that has no paag or sugar syrup. If you have trouble with the sugar syrup, this recipe is for you because you will not need to make a sugar syrup for it. It's just as good, just as crispy, and it is definitely a little bit easier. So for this, you're going to need some all-purpose flour. This is just regular white flour, some powdered sugar, which you're going to need in two different bowls. I'll write it out on the recipe. You're going to need some ghee, some cardamom powder, and some salt. You're also going to need water to bring everything together, and you're going to need oil to fry the Lakri Mithai. In a big bowl, we're going to go in with the flour and the powdered sugar. So this is the first increment. And you're going to mix this in really well. You want to make sure everything's well incorporated. Then you're going to go in with your ghee, 1 tablespoon at a time, and work it into the flour. So we're trying to make this flour crumbly, so have some texture like breadcrumbs or sand. It's going to start coming together as you keep rubbing it. The best way to do this is to just rub it between your palms and make sure that the ghee is well distributed. What this does is it helps the Lakri Mithai be crispy yet soft when you bite into it, so it's not like super hard. When you can form a ball with your hand like that, then you know it's ready. Next, you're going to go in with the salt and the cardamom powder, and you're going to mix that in really well. At this point, if you want to add any other spices like powdered ginger or nutmeg or any cinnamon, whatever you like to add, you can go ahead and add it at this time. You do want to make sure you mix that in really well so the spices are well incorporated, and then you're going to start going in with your water and making a stiff dough. I'm not going to add or recommend the exact amount because everybody's flour is different depending on where you live, the quality of your flour, when it was milled. There's so many factors that go into this, but you want to make sure that there are no dry spots in the dough, obviously, and you want it to be a stiff dough. Here I'm using lukewarm water, not hot water. Once the dough is stiff, and it has come together really well. See, you can tell it's soft but stiff. It's not like super hard. You're going to cover this and let this rest for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, you're going to knead the dough really quickly and divide it into as many parts as you want. So for this recipe, the amount that I've listed, I just made it into 2 balls to roll out. You can make one giant ball and roll that out. You can make, smaller, you can roll them out in smaller sizes, whatever it takes for you to get to the thickness. So the thickness is about 1/2 inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. Again, you can keep this as thick as you want. You can cut them as thin as you want. Whatever shape you want is up to you. I know many people like their Lakri Mithai a little bit thicker, some like them really thin, so whatever you fancy, as long as you cut them and you can fry them to the right color. So once you cut them, they're not gonna stick, so you can just stack them together. As you can see, I have my little helper in the kitchen with me today. She loves playing with dough, so whenever she sees dough, she has to take a few pieces. Once that's done, you're going to heat up your oil. So the oil temperature is at about 350 to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. To do the test, you just drop your dough in, and it should not come up right away. It should just start having little bubbles at the bottom. Then you know it's ready. And then you're going to drop in all the Lakri Mithai that you can fit into your pan. Do not overcrowd the pan because you are frying these. When you overcrowd the pan, what happens is the temperature drops too quickly and you just end up having soggy whatever you're cooking. So don't overcrowd the pan. Then you're just going to let these fry for 5 to 7 minutes, possibly 10 minutes. So after the first 5 minutes, when I started seeing them have a little bit of color, I turned up my heat to high heat, and then they got the color in within 5 minutes. As you're draining these, do not put them like on a paper towel. Just let them cool on a wire rack, and then once you're done frying all of the Lakri Mithais, you're gonna go ahead and transfer it into a large bowl, and then you're gonna dust it with the powdered sugar. You're gonna do it in increments of 1 tablespoon. So I use this strainer and I dusted it. Once you dust it, you're just gonna toss until all of it is well incorporated. Don't dump all of the sugar in at once. After each toss, you can taste one Lakri Mithai to see if it's to your liking. So I ended up using 3 tablespoons, but you can use more or less. Remember, there's already sugar in the dough. And that's it. You can let these sit out for 30 minutes to let it harden up a little bit so it doesn't get soggy, because they're still hot, so don't cover them, but let them sit out. And there you have it. They store really well if they last long in your house. They're crispy, they're not sticky or anything, and they taste really good. So I hope you give these a try. If you do let me know down below. And until next time, you guys take care, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye bye.